Hey, if you're new to this channel, just know this video isn't going to be like my other content.
Okay, I'm out.
This video is meant to mark the completion of my first year as a scouting YouTuber, and I want to reach out to my audience, which I certainly hope you'll become a part of, and give a state of the channel. So please don't click away because the YouTube algorithm really hates that. And with that, let's get started. On this channel, we're on a mission to inspire and inform new scouting parents and adult leaders, and we're going to cover a few things in this video. I'm going to talk about why I started this channel, what I have done over the last year, and most importantly, where I hope to go. But first, I want to say thank you. To all of you, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for the views, thank you for the comments, and most importantly, thank you for helping grow this channel. Because without all of you watching, I would not be here and neither would this channel. But you may be wondering, why did I start this channel?
No, not really.
And if not, I'm just gonna tell you anyways.
Then why did you ask?
Truth be told, I started this channel with the intent of it being temporary. I believe being a YouTuber is one of the greatest opportunities in my generation. You get to take a passion or a hobby, record yourself doing it, and maybe one day you can make that your full-time job. There's this old saying about do what you love for work and you'll never work a day in your life, and I'm really trying to get on that level.
Can't wait to get on that level.
So the reason that I say temporary is because this channel was meant to help me develop my skills as a YouTuber for my other channel, The Roaming Californian. That is why you see the words A Roaming Californian channel under my intro. You see, I love unique experiences and going to cool and interesting places, and I would love to get paid to travel and record it. However, traveling is expensive, and to make it as a YouTuber, you really do have to pay that upfront cost. Additionally, I have a tendency to pick up a hobby for a while, get a bunch of equipment and stuff for it, only to lose interest. And I don't want that to happen here, so I digested a lot of content about becoming a YouTuber, and the biggest tip that I got was to record yourself talking about something that you know very, very well. And that was how the Roaming Scouter was born. Because I know a lot about scouting, I'm very active in scouting, and the worst thing that could happen if I invest all this time and energy is that I've researched a bunch of information for scouting that I can still use even if I drop this channel because I get bored with it or it just doesn't make sense to continue on anymore. But then something interesting happened. I started to see myself as more of a scouting YouTuber than I did a travel YouTuber. And I started making more and more scouting videos versus travel videos. You can go over to my other channel and you'll notice I haven't posted there in months, except for some shorts that my son made with his Dogman toys when he got a hold of my phone. So, you know, those are on there and killing it apparently. And in January, when Scouter Stan invited me to be a guest on his show, I felt I was actually making headway in this niche. So that is how this all started, and the last year has been awesome. In that time, I've covered a wide range of topics. For leadership, I talked about planning, program development, and even uncomfortable conversations. For program development, I've covered things like using ghost stories to teach about history, stealing from Scouting America, and even using artificial intelligence to help with your program. I've made videos in DC, Mount Vernon, a few museums, a few battlefields, and even traveled to the Virgin Islands, which wasn't a part of any video, but is part of the National Capital Area Council, by the way. That is all in addition to videos about camping gear, getting ready for camp, and so many other topics. Each time I start writing a script, I begin to learn more and more about leadership, history, outdoor activities, youth development, and of course, scouting in general. And there is still plenty I haven't covered. Finally, in the last year, I have gotten to grow my network, and I'm not just talking about my subscriber count. I'm talking about engaging with people like Scouter Stan, Scoutmaster Bucky, Mike, and the amazing host of All About Scouts. There has also been those off-camera interactions and things like the University of Scouting, Staffing Wood Badge, and other in-person events. These interactions have been pivotal in my scouting journey, and I'm hoping that they strengthen and add to my network in the future. So what does the future hold? Well, actually, that depends on you all. As I said earlier, YouTube can become a full-time job, and if I could make this my full-time job, I would. But I have to balance my normal job with doing YouTube and being a scouting volunteer until that point. What I hope is that you are all getting value out of these videos and that this channel will continue to grow. But I know it's gonna be a slow process, and that depends on me showing up and making these videos the best that I can. So here's my promise to you all. I'm going to keep showing up and investing more and more into this channel to make it better. And I'm not talking about teleprompters or better music or editing software, which would help, but it isn't going to make the biggest impact. The biggest impact is going to be me providing you guys with the best information possible and doing it in an entertaining way. Because I want to be your scouting YouTuber. I want this channel and channels like Stan's and Bucky's to be your go-to sources for scouting information on YouTube. But I can only do that if I'm providing value to you all. So I'm doing a call to action. Please take time to write out in the comments down below, what do you want me to cover? Where do you want me to go? And most importantly, what do you need to make sure your scouting programs are the best that they can possibly be? Because while I'm sure no one needs me to go visit all high adventure camps in a single summer, I'm willing to do so if that helps scouters around the US have the best scouting programs. In closing, I really do want to thank you all for all that you do in scouting and for me by watching my videos. But with that, I've been Matt with the Roaming Scouter, and I'll see you out there.